In this lesson, you will learn how to insert rows in Google Sheets. Inserting rows is a simple process. Select the row where you want to insert the new row. Next, click Insert on the menu. Finally, select Rows option Row Above or Row Below. I will select Row Above. The new row is inserted above. Let's look at a second method to insert a row. Once again, select the row header to select the entire row. Next, right-click the shaded area of the row. Here, you can select Insert one row above or Insert one row below. I will select one row below. The new row is inserted below. Now let's look at how to insert multiple rows at once. Before we do that, I will return the spreadsheet to its original state. Let's say we wanted to insert 3 rows above the Times Square row. First, click the row header to select the row you want to insert rows above. Next, while holding the Shift key down, press the down arrow key 2 times to select a total of 3 rows. Now click Insert on the menu. Next, hover over the arrow to the right of rows. You will have the option to insert 3 rows above or 3 rows below. If you select 3 rows above, it will insert the rows above the top row you have selected. If you select 3 rows below, it will insert the rows below the bottom row you have selected. I will select 3 rows above since I want the new rows to be inserted above Times Square, which is the top row of my selection. As you can see, 3 rows have been inserted above. In this lesson, you learned multiple ways to insert a row in Google Sheets, including how to insert multiple rows at once. In this lesson, you will learn how to insert a column in Google Sheets. To insert a column, select the column where you want to insert the new column next to. To do this, click the column header. Next, click Insert on the menu. Now, hover the mouse pointer over the arrow to the right of columns. You will have the option to insert one column left or insert one column right. I will select Insert one column left. The new column is inserted. Let's look at a second way to insert a column. Once again, click the column header to select the entire column. Next, right-click the shaded area of the column. Here, you can select Insert one column left or Insert one column right. I will select Insert one column right. The new column is inserted to the right. Now let's look at how to insert multiple columns at once. Before we do that, I will return the spreadsheet to its original state. Let's say we wanted to insert 2 columns to the left of the city column. First, click the column header to select the column you want to insert columns next to. Next, while holding the Shift key down, press the right arrow key 1 time to select a total of 2 columns. Now click Insert on the menu. Next, hover over the arrow to the right of columns. You will have the option to insert 2 columns left or insert 2 columns right. If you select Insert 2 columns left, the columns will be inserted before the leftmost column selected. If you select Insert 2 columns right, the columns will be inserted after the rightmost column selected. I will select Insert 2 columns left since I want the new columns to be inserted before the city column, which is the leftmost column in my selection. As you can see, 2 columns have been inserted to the left of the city column. In this lesson, you learned multiple ways to insert a column in Google Sheets, including how to insert multiple columns at once. In this lesson, you will learn how to delete cells in Google Sheets. Our Google Sheet, which contains a list of Fortune 1000 companies, has some issues that need to be cleaned up. We will need to delete values in unwanted rows and columns. Row 5 has improper values in column A and column D. To delete these values, select the cell or cell range you want to delete. Next, press the Delete key to delete the values. You can also delete cells by using the menu. First, I will click Undo to restore the deleted values. Next, click Edit on the menu. Finally, select Delete Values. Yet another option to delete cells is by right-clicking the cell or selected cell range. I will undo once again to restore the deleted values. Next, right-click the selected cells to display the contextual commands. Finally, select Delete Cells and Shift Up. The values in cells are deleted and the cells below are shifted up. Next, we have a blank row and 2 columns that need to be deleted. To delete a row, Select the row header of the row you want to delete. Next, click Edit on the menu. Finally, select Delete Row 5. Now that the row is deleted, we just need to delete the 2 empty columns. To do this, click the column B header to select column B. Next, hold the Shift key down, then press the right arrow key once to select column C also. Now click Edit on the menu. Finally, hover the mouse on the arrow to the right of Delete, then select Delete columns B and C. The columns are deleted and the spreadsheet is looking much better. In this lesson, you learned how to delete values, cells, rows, and columns. In Google Sheets, you can hide rows and columns in a worksheet. This doesn't delete the row or column. They are just temporarily hidden until you choose to unhide it. This can help you concentrate on specific information without distractions. To hide a row, right-click the row header to display the contextual commands. Next, select Hide Row. The row is hidden. There is now a button with 2 arrows on the row headers between row 3 and 5. This signifies that there is a hidden row between them. Although the row is hidden, the values can still be referenced in formulas. To unhide the row, click the arrows button between the row headers. As you can see, row 4 is displayed again. Hiding a column is very similar. To hide a column, right-click the column header. Next, click Hide Column. To unhide column B, click the arrows button at the border of column A and C. Now let's look at how to hide multiple rows at once. To hide multiple rows, first click the row header of a row you want to hide. Next, hold the Shift key down, then use the up or down arrows to select additional rows. Finally, right-click in the shaded area, then select Hide Rows 4 through 6. Rows 4 through 6 are now hidden. Hiding multiple columns uses the same process, so I won't repeat it. In this lesson, you learned how to hide rows and columns, including how to unhide them.